Zane-Destiny figure review on the DX MMZ-01 Moe Moe Z-Cune from Hikonin Akibaranger. Hey there guys, and welcome to a review on what has possibly been the most difficult to find sought after item I have ever had to purchase. Yes, it's none other than the transformation device used by the protagonist in Hikonin Sentai or unofficial Sentai Akibarangers. This 1:1 scale replica prop slash figurine is both a weapon and communication device used by the heroes. It comes with show accurate details, sounds, and transformation gimmick. So let's take a quick look at the box. On the front we see a large image of gun mode with figurine mode just at the bottom, with of course the three heroes to the right, which I will add all three characters are lovable as well as the side characters and the villains. To the sides of the box we get more repeats of the same splash images used on the front. And as we get to the back we get to see the rest of the gimmicks, the figurine mode and as well as the transformation process. So that's it for the box. Time to crack this delusional egg open. Chōhenshin! And this is figurine mode, which also doubles up as a communication device, but just look how fantastic she looks. This character is called Aoi Ichikawa, who stars in a fictional anime whom the main protagonists adore and love. I also reckon in the Akibaranger universe she is a singing idol too, since I'm sure a couple of songs were sung in the Aoi voice. I wonder if Aoi's creators may have gained inspiration from a certain other virtual singing idol. But enough of that. Let's get into details, and I must say I'm very impressed. The proportions, colour and detail are astounding, almost if not completely, show accurate. The school uniform is made from relatively soft plastic, so the skirt, scarf and jacket have a bit of a bend. This helps a little with the transformation process, with all the rest of the figure, especially the gun parts, being made of much harder plastic. One area I'm not too sure about are the thighs. Not sure if this colour grading is a QC error or that the darker shading was intentional, but still, the colours look good. An area I'm most impressed with is the face. Seeing that this is a transformation prop, sometimes there are times where parts are skimped. Things like hair and face are of one mould, but not this. The face and hair are separate layered parts, so you can guarantee there'll be no paint spillages from eyes to hair, which I'm most pleased with. And a final thing to say is that even though this is a predominantly a front-facing figure, they still paid as much attention to detail to the back of the figure, as you can see with the armband and thigh jewel. Now looking at articulation, we'll start with the head. The head just rotates about 45 degrees to left and right for transformation purposes. The hair clip wing binders move up and down on a rotary joint. They can go all the way up. Again, transformation purposes. On the box it usually shows them around about here, but I think you can do with them being a bit higher maybe, I don't know. Personal preference I suppose. The left leg can move backwards and forwards, again, purpose for transformation, as well as the hand, which surprisingly, yes, for transformation purposes. And last but not least, the leg can extend. When in figurine mode you keep it compact like this, but when in gun mode, satisfying click, you can see the silver part which extends the barrel. And I didn't mean for the panty shop, sorry. Now the only part that isn't really for transformation purposes is the right arm scope cannon thing that can rotate. Not sure why it's there, because it really isn't much posing potential for it. And I believe this kind of hinders some of the final transformation. And that's articulation over with. Let's get to the first part of lights and sounds. To turn the lights and sounds on, there's a switch at the top where the hair clip slash handle is. Just flick that switch on. There's no feedback to know whether it's on or off, you just have to know up is on, down is off. Now, seeing as this is in communication mode, we should probably have this sound for now. Yeah, that beeping can get a little annoying. Okay, that's figure mode over and done with. Time for gun mode, but first to do that we'll have to transform her, which is relatively simple even without the box instructions. So to start off, let's take her off the stand. Oh, be very careful with this. That's the stand there, and it easily plugs into the gun barrel / leg. So to start off, close our legs, extend the right leg as far as it can go. You get a couple satisfying clicks there. Always remember to rotate this hand around, just for the sake of keeping it safe. Then you rotate the neck as far as it can go. Not too far, of course. These headband binders, just connect them together. They sort of clip together. And you just close everything up. And there you have it. And for the sake of completing transformation, let's hit the trigger for the transformation theme. That theme's so cool. Now, in order to easily show you gun mode, I'm going to have to change the stand ever so slightly. Well, not ever so slightly, a lot. But it's still relatively easy to do. So you get these two pieces, or sorry, even this one. Slap that on there. Fits nice and snugly. This part onto there. Oh wait, no, sorry. I have to show you, there is indents to show you which way to put them on. There we go. That's one part. And same thing with this one. Only this has got this groovy wave shape. Goes that side. There's these two stands. Now you can notice that this one's slightly smaller. That's because that sits on that. Okay. Now if you look at the shape of the gun, you see remember the groovy wavy part? Like a glove. Stand that on there, and I'm not too sure whereabouts this is meant to go. I think you just keep pushing until it stops, and there you have it. Gun mode and display mode. Things like this that really do make the purchase worthwhile. This is where my inner schoolboy and my love of all things cool come out. This gun looks awesome. The colours are so shiny, it looks threatening, and it has such a hefty feel in my hands that just makes it all feel so complete. The Akibaranger logo looks great too. It has a much more smoother feel than the metallic parts of the gun, but it's definitely not a cheap sticker, and the colour really stands out. The barrel also looks menacing with its mechanical details. And the hand grip fits perfectly in my hand. As an example, here's a normal size 1:144 Gundam kit, and that's my hand. Not sure why I'm showing this off, but in case you're wondering if your hand can, well, will work with this thing. And I mean this thing. So yeah, the colours, the heft, the feel, once again, this thing impresses me. But enough of that about that. Let's hear some noise. First up, the normal shooting sound. Let's flip the switch. And the trigger is there. Quite a nice springy trigger as well. I forgot to tell you earlier, the speakers on this part here. Quite cleverly disguised. But yeah. And now for the final Hisatsu triple attack, or the attack with no name yet. All you have to do is just keep a hold of this button here for about 1 second. I have no words. This thing has everything. I'm doing it again. Awesome. Quick nitpick though, the scope isn't really a scope. You can't see through it. And the barrel of the gun has no light features when fired. But I kinda understand that, because it would make it very toy-like, and it would make this already expensive item even more expensive than it's worth. Which leads me on to price, and boy it's a subject. Now if you're like me and were unlucky not to purchase this on release, I am sorry, I feel your pain. Because not only will it be difficult to find, but it will be even more difficult to find at an appropriate cost. On eBay I saw this thing easily being sold for over £100, most into 150. After about a month of searching, I finally came across amiami.com, a character and hobby store. They had one for back order, and shockingly, they had one left. It was priced for about 8,790 yen, which is around £55. Bargain. With posting, it came to about 11,540, £78. Still a bargain. But seeing as I live in the UK and we pay tax through the nose, I had to pay an extra £25 in customs. So I was still spent around 100 quid for this. But I still reckon it's cheaper. I mean, just imagine if I bought the £100 to £150 one on eBay and had to pay custom charges on top of that. Madness. So that's enough about my troubles of online shopping. Let's move on to pros and cons. Let's start with the negatives first, being about no lights or working scope. But like I said, I can overlook this because it would make it too toy-y. Secondly, though could be on purpose, her thighs in figure mode have a strange colour gradient. Thirdly, availability and price. If you want this, you can bet your hiney you'll need to work hard to find it. Which gets me to the last thing I want to talk about. Do you want this? After talking about the details, the looks, the price, the pros and cons, and thinking about my love for the show, yes. For me, yes I would. But if someone just wanted a playable toy or asked me, should I buy this? I would say no. Steer away clear. Even if it's a fun toy, it's not worth your time and money and energy for its limitation, which is quite frankly, you know what you're going to get. What I mean is, in the show, the Z-Cune doesn't do much, and you can guarantee this will just do the same but with sounds and transformation. If you wanted a gun mode, make one out of foam or, I don't know, craft out of wood or something. Figurine mode, I don't know. There might be an Armor Girls project in the near future, who knows. But I wouldn't recommend this toy for anyone. Unless you are a true Sentai fan. Someone that grew up with Super Sentai from when they were like 5 years old or way back when. And they followed this series and the new series all throughout, and they totally wholeheartedly love it. Pretty much a person like the main male protagonist in the show, Akibaranger. Now, I'm saying this is for Super Sentai fans. I'm afraid I'm hardly that great a fan. Yeah, I watched some Kamen Rider, some Akibaranger, and interested in watching the new Megaforce. By the way, go Jason David Frank. But I could never appreciate this toy like someone who is a real fan could. I'm the one that just had the time, the money, and the luck to find it first. Still, glad I got this. but sure as hell wouldn't get another. Hell, even if they release another in the same old different sounds and a new colour Damn me being a collectomaniac.